Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for week 2 of Summer of Pain up against this Mr. Sinister, the difficult parts of the node with the EMP modification there, of course, which would be doing the passive shock damage. And then, of course, the Polka Dot Power, which I'm going to show you how Guardian can get around. Now, some people are thinking, Guardian is an amazing option for this. It might take, you see this video, you see about how long it is. So this does take a bit, but you'll get it down and it is super safe. Now this is a SIG 200 Guardian. I don't know if you necessarily have to have a SIG 200, but you're going to want that SIG really high, and you'll know pretty quickly on from the passive shock that's getting placed, just if you have enough energy resistance. Like I said, this is a SIG 200 rank 3, so the energy resistance is 8,591. You saw how limited and minimal the damage that Sinister was able to do from it was. Now we're getting into this fight, and for me I think this was even the first, maybe the second time I had gone in as I tested a few things. One is, how are we getting any power ourselves? What you want to do is you want to push Sinister to his SP2 as much as possible. The way you do that is, of course, by holding block and enticing him to basically not throw his special attack into you. You can re-parry, or Guardian's block proficiency is so high you can take some hits on the block, punish Sinister, get him to his SP2, and we're going to see it right here. We're going to get this concussion from the Sinister's SP2 that will lower my ability accuracy, which is going to place, I believe it's a 3-second shock on Sinister, right? Whenever Guardian's ability accuracy is lowered, he places that shock on the opponent, which is giving us now power because we now have a damaging debuff on Sinister. You'll also see, I think it happens once, maybe twice in this fight, where I have the 3-second shock on Sinister from the concussion. He then transfers it back onto me with the SP1. But I'm showing you this fight because it's a solo, so obviously it was not too bad. In fact, maybe it's coming up right here. No, we'll talk about it when it happens. The other way you can get power, and this is something I have learned from my buddy Spinnaker. Awesome channel, really great dude, and he has taught me so much about playing Guardian Champion that I already loved playing, is when you can perfect block the special of the defender, as you've seen right there, you're going to be gaining power. Let's see this. See how much power we're gaining? It's not a ton, right? It's not filling up a whole bar, but it is helping getting this process going. In fact, if I started the fight that way, this may have gone a little bit quicker. I still think getting to the SP2 on Mr. Sinister, getting the concussion from that, and then having that place the shock on Sinister is a quicker route. But heck, if you can do both, which you will see me start doing at some point, then you're going to get this fight down even faster. I did choose to build to the SP3 and then throw the SP2. You could maybe, if you've got these perfect blocks down really well, you saw how much power we gained there, you could throw the SP1 into the SP2 and repeat that process. I think that's really would just take some testing and what you are comfortable with your Guardian. But Guardian's awesome. He is amazing. As if you've been following my channel for a while, you know he was one of the first champions I got since I started this channel that I just fell absolutely in love with. The guy can do so many tremendous things, and I think this is one of the things I'm really enjoying about Summer of Pain is that you can't bring in synergies. You can't do it. And yeah, so there are sometimes champions that might be a little bit faster, a little bit more powerful, whatever you want to say. But there's just so much in Guardian's kit that it is not surprising to me that we're only 2 weeks in and there's already a fight that he is absolutely amazing for, and he's just super safe. You can go in, I really believe a rank 5 SIG 200 can do this. Like I said, I don't know if you necessarily have to have a SIG 200. That's what I have, that's what I tested with. I think you'll know pretty quickly when you bring in your SIG 180 or 160 or something like that, if that's going to be enough. So here we are, we're getting to our SP3. You can see I've kind of figured out the rhythm there, right? I'm doing what I can to force Sinister to his SP2, that's landing the concussion. The only, now that we're talking about it, the one thing I do want to point out is if you're going to go that route, realize you do have reduced ability accuracy, so your parry might not stick. Just keep that in mind, go for the re-parry, or Guardian's block proficiency is just so high. Again, this is SIG 200, so the block proficiency is 2,624 when you have an armor up. Keep that in mind too. I always like to remind people that when you're playing Guardian, that's all when you have the armor up. When you get rid of that armor up, all of those things go away until your armor up comes back. So I didn't do that in this fight, actually. If you're going to do the SP2 route, make sure you land a heavy, get the additional armor up, then throw your SP2 so you don't lose all that delicious energy resistance and block proficiency. Anyways, Guardian's awesome for this. He doesn't crit, so that works well with Mr. Sinister. You're going to just work your way to that SP3 by getting Sinister to his SP2, getting the concussion on you, triggering your shock. You're going to get the power from Polka Dot Power. Perfect block the special 2 if you can, getting increased power gain. Again, my buddy Spinnaker, a link to his channel will be in the description. It is great. It's really entertaining, and I've learned a lot from him, in particular about Guardian and Mojo. Do that strategy. You're going to get to your SP3, throw it, rinse and repeat, get to your SP2, and then the Sinister will be down. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to close it out with the SP2 here. It doesn't quite kill him, and then we will finish it off. Let me know who you use. I know there's some other options out there. If I can get the fights done in time, I'll get some videos out on those as well. Summer of the Pain, been a lot of fun. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.